Okay. Welcome, guys. Okay, right. I was gonna say something, but then it's just like, well, I still got stuff to do over here and over here. Welcome. Alright. Let's get this going over here. Streamer mode. Okay, I got a little bit quicker. There we go. Okay. That should be good. Hopefully I didn't break anything like that. Okay. Yep, welcome. Hopefully it should be gone. Pretty weird if it wasn't, but hopefully we should be good. Alright. Welcome, welcome. Hi, guys. It's been a bit. Not more than usual, but, you know, pretty good. I actually forgot what happened since last time, so that's cool. So hi, guys. Hi, Cookie. Hello. Yeah. That's Gordon. Yeah. That was from last time on Thursday. Make it a little bigger for you. So yeah. How we doing? Like 5 minutes. Okay. I'll keep going then. This is the 6th, I'm pointing at it. This is the 6th fan art trending thing. The hashtag. I'm real cool. Yeah, I'm real up on top of that. But yeah. This is my first time doing it. I'm not, you know, too confident in it. The Gardeban kind of turned out pretty good, especially just trying to draw it in an hour without, you know, real practice or knowing really how to draw them at all. And then try to convert it into my style as well. So that was, I mean, no matter what I do, it's going to be my style. So, but I changed it a little bit since last time I fixed his glasses, but never you mind with that. So today we can work on another one. I've already kind of set myself, or like, in my mind to work on Sylveon next. So I'm gonna work on I'm gonna learn how to say it. Draw out the rest of this Sylveon. I think it's right. So yeah. The rest of it should just be just drawing Sylveon, and then that'll probably take up the whole time. We'll see. Depending on So probably like each of these drawings will probably, each of these boxes and characters will be a different stream. So on last Thursday, if you missed last Thursday or just miss other streams in general, I can plug right now that the all the live streams should be, I'm gonna say should because I'm not sure if I got all of them, but I'm pretty sure I got most of them, are in a playlist. It's kind of deep into my channel. I'm not sure how hidden it is, but I think it's either on my main channel and then there's a playlist for live streams. So, is it okay? Not sure. If you're coming in late? Okay. So there's a playlist for just live streams, and then for those who want to watch those, you probably have to, probably by first, by air date. So like my first one in like 2019 or 18 would be first, so just go to the bottom if that's the case. But yeah, that'd be where you can watch all of them, because I usually start like maybe like a month or a month and a half, I guess now. It's been like that. I've been unlisting them, so be good to find them that way. If you're looking for an older one, that's what I'm just saying. But yeah, I'll get on this. So okay. So I kind of made up some sort of a pose in my head, but I'll probably be looking at my other monitor instead of that monitor, which is you guys, and then this monitor and that monitor. So I got 3 monitors. So I'm gonna keep looking over here to see where my picture is, from a reference picture. It's just a, you know, just Google search of that, and then just a Sylveon. So let me just make a scribble, and then this will become Sylveon later. And then we go inside it. So you can watch this timeline down here. As I double click on it, you see, you know, those layers disappear. So now I'm inside of this symbol, and I can just make it to be the same size as that. So here we go. Oh boy. You starting to see Jack Freeman? Cool. I'm not trying to ignore you, I'm just not sure exactly what you're talking about, so I don't know how to really react to it. Kind of a thing. I like we're on the same page of each of us. Yeah. Okay. So I just got a little cute picture of Sylveon, so I'm gonna probably reference that, or probably some other ones as I see. Maybe this one's better. The other one. How we doing? Does anyone not know who Sylveon is? Because it'll be interesting to see. Like if anyone has no clue, you know? Yeah, it's my sketch, so I probably shouldn't be too worried about what this is looking like first. But I just get some kind of just scribbles in kind of a thing, rather than being perfect right now. So my pose was to have like the hair ribbons become like a heart. I haven't really, I've only like researched this for like 5-10 minutes beforehand, really. So if that's already done or like is way better than what I'm trying to do, then that's okay. But it's gonna be a little heart thing. Trying to move everything to fit inside. Here we go. So that'll be the negative space as a heart, and then have the. I'm gonna eventually like call these like tentacles by the end of this. That are just like these tentacles that can wrap around, and then we'll see that they make these types of shapes, I guess. I think my favorite evolution is Leafeon. I've always had a thing for grass types. My first Pokemon game was well, technically Diamond and Pearl, but I've only had like the demo of it. And then when my first Pokemon game was Platinum, that I like actually owned. So, and for that one, my starter was a Turtwig. Yeah. Sorry, I just don't know how to react to that. So my starter was Turtwig. So like from then on, I like made the patterns like I like the green types. So I just kind of just kept picking those for like every game since. So I played like basically all of them. I haven't played Sword and Shield actually. Haven't really been feeling it. Or like I wasn't really too happy with Sun and Moon. That's just like I'm not really wanting to, dive into what I thought was basically the same game. Just and it's shinier package. It's just like I'm not, too sure about that. So I'm sure like it's fun, but it's like if you're like so burned out with how Sun and Moon was, that is just like I'm not, I'm gonna be too excited over that, This is still like a basic drawing. Like I'm not tying any of these lines down at all. I'm just trying to make some sort of form out of this. My first one, I was just trying to get something on the page, and then I can say like, well, this line doesn't work. That's basically what this phase is. And it's like, oh, that doesn't work, so let me fix it. So I'll probably draw like the face later, once I get to it. Yeah. I'm doing great. Actually got into a new project, or really started to like work on the Midnight Mares project, where Gan let me actually work on something. So worked on a character building for a new type of character. So that's been pretty fun. I haven't really worked on it today, but worked on it last night. That was really fun. Yeah. Glaceon's cool. Yeah, they're all like cool. It's hard to like choose. When I was in Japan, I did get this was 2017, so I got a little pen. Might have it somewhere, probably in this room, but it's probably not in easy distance. Anyway, it's just like a green pen that had a little Leafeon picture on it. Yeah. Got some other fidget spinners in there. Oh boy. But yeah. Let's make this a little smaller, maybe sharper. But yeah, I got that at the Pokemon Center. It was a little tiny, basically just a pin with Leafeon on it. So they had the other evolutions, but it's just like, I want Leafeon. Haha. Thought it was so cool with that. Probably wasn't. Yeah. This probably needs to be brought in more. That's why I'm not tying any of these lines down. It's just like they're all melty right now. Trying to get the shapes and silhouettes and all that getting pretty good before I tie any of these down. To see just what kind of shapes they are as well. Like how wobbly can these be, you know? What's like their texture, you know? What do they have to be shaped like this? And then like an eye or whatever. So, yeah. Get rid of that. That's already looking a little better. This is our first. This is our second. So now we'll do a third one. Where I will tie down these lines. There we go. So that's what I mean. Like, just trying to do a couple quick sketches before tying any of these down. Yeah. It's Mario. Close. To what this is. Right. Probably make this a little bit slower. And then I'll use this as a guide for my vector drawing. Where I basically draw it again. So that's how this kind of always goes. So let's see. So I can make this pop out and then in, and then kind of figure out what kind of shape this is. Okay. So yeah, I also talked about my other experience in the Pokemon Center in Japan. That was, I wanted a Farfetch'd, who's my favorite Pokemon, but didn't really find, you know, really any of them. So that was a little disappointing. Just like, oh, you know, like you see like 300 other types of Pokemon there, and just like, I want this one. And it's just like, how about no? Or it'd just be like something dumb, and it's just like, I'm not really interested in that merchandise of them. It's just like, I want that. Let's see. Whoop. Let me get these lines in. Don't have to, but it's helpful. Okay. Online pony conventions, they're really cool. I definitely watched the first PonyCon one. That was last month. I wasn't very for this month's one. I wasn't very too attuned to it. Like I had it down on the background while I worked on something else. It's probably an embarrassing. So yeah, unfortunately, I wasn't able to fully commit to it. But I saw like it seemed to be very similar to what last time was, so I'm not too, you know, upset about it that I didn't see it. But yeah, the first one was really fun. The one that I definitely paid attention to was really good. So, you know, that's not too bad. Let's see. I think they're really cool, especially with how everything's going. It's just like, yeah, doing more convention-y things, doing out-of-the-box type of connectivity using technology is really cool. Like using our inter-network to be able to do the same kind of experiences, or different kind of experience that maybe people who never been to a con can somewhat go to a virtual one. I think that's really cool. That's one of the cool features of that. I know for me, I've only really been to like 2, really. Where I went to like the last BronyCon in 2019 and Everfree since like 2013 or 14. So, those are even when you watch like a bunch of those or like go to them and attend to those, it's just like it's hard to go to them for more than, you know, even like 3 years. It seems like that seems like the maximum. Like still have like enjoyment out of it, because like it's gonna be monotonous or like the same kind of experiences every time. So, I mean, they're all different. They'll definitely have different people and different things, but they don't really surprise me anymore. You know, they're just like, oh, you're get out of a wink. You're doing the same kind of panels and stuff. You know, you might have different people, but then it's like, oh, you're doing a music thing, or you're doing an art thing, or a crafting thing. It's just like, oh, you're doing that again. It's gonna look weird because it's not quite the same kind of art style. Yeah, let's get rid of it. Let's see. Technical issues? I know. Last time, yeah, people would. There's a really interesting one last month with the Pony Convention. There was a history of cons, and that was really cool. But I think somewhere along the way, like, technical issues happened. Maybe I'm thinking of something else. But definitely, like, those kind of ones where you actually get really interested in them. And then it's just like, well, whoops, we're having technical issues that really, yeah, it really breaks the immersion. You know, it really takes you out of it. That it's like, oh yeah, this isn't a convention anymore. I'm watching it. It's actually like a live stream that's actually happening, kind of like this. So anything can happen. Anything at all. Anything can ruin this beautiful little Sylveon. Make her body a little smaller. Drawing outside the lines just to give me, you know, in case something else doesn't really work along the way. It'll just help me to still feel the form of it, even if it's not going to be seen. Okay. Yeah. Have you seen the clip show? Come out, lady. I've seen a, well, actually, like a clip, sort of it. It wasn't quite, like, I'm gonna watch it. It was just kind of like, I wanted to, like, kind of see. I watched it on YouTube, but it wasn't the, I didn't have it, I had it muted. There we go. That's what I'm trying to say. Is that I was watching the clip show muted, and it was just like, you know, hard to watch. Wasn't the most easy experience. I'm trying to see what I can do with this. Now I'm trying to figure out what our tentacles can do. If I want to change it or something, because I could have it like go back over here. Be a nice, interesting shape here. Womp, womp, womp. And then these will all be fixed later up, so I'm not sure. Trying to make this perfect right now. Womp. Anyway, yeah, I watched it muted, and I was just like, I was just scrolling through it, so I didn't really like watch it, kind of a thing. But what I saw was just like, oh well, there's like a beginning story, and then it's like, oh, remember this, and then 20 minutes of show stuff that we've already seen, and then wrapping up with like, man, that was a good memory. Haha, let's wrap this up in a funny way. Woohoo, kind of a thing. But yeah. Yeah. It's nice to reminisce about the show. Yeah. It's pretty weird, yeah. Now we're in post Gen 4, you know, real content. At least for show stuff, yeah. Didn't think, you know, even like with season 4, it's like, it seemed like that was gonna be like the end of it. Just like, oh, we finished our season 3 arc where Twilight's now a princess, and we had some adventures with that, so that must be it, right? You know? So never expected it to really get more than that. Womp, womp, womp. Trying to feel this form. Trying to change it up, maybe. Again, I could probably still change it. Yeah, totally. 5 different endings, but it kept going. I mean, that's kind of what happened with, you know, where they have arcs. Like, they eventually, like, started having more involved arcs. I know the first season had an arc in a sense that things that would perspire in one episode, like, had an effect later on, or had a an outcome or something to it. So eventually, like, those became, like, you know, how we're gonna tell the stories. So, that was interesting. Where does this go? This goes behind the bow. Womp. Womp. So, trying to think of, even if it's just like two shapes, it's like, I don't know what's going on. Is that a heart? No. So something in here. Let's make this better. There. Let's see. Let's make this go more out. And then we'll keep probably fixing it. Probably don't have that much time to really fix it though. I just don't even know what's going on here. Let's see. So this one, I don't know. Might have to redraw it just because I don't even know what's going on. Does that even look remotely good? I don't know. Yep, the gala and the 5 was... Well, 5 had this glimmer at the beginning, and then glimmer keep appearing, so that was sort of a thing that, you know, multiple episodes were involved with that, so yeah. Okay. Yeah. This definitely looks like something, so... not like my Gordon, which was just like, I'm just gonna draw like a human and he has a power suit kind of thing. This is like, I want to make it look good. Kind of thing. So I'm not sure how any of these connecting wobbles make sense in space, but I don't know. Totally. So I probably just keep redrawing this to make it look more like a dang heart. Maybe that's why no one did it, because no one knows how to draw this to make it look right. Where this one goes that and that one be like that. And then get rid of that, and then that's that, and then that's that. That's those are different. With that's that and that's that. Yeah, he's got such a soft smile. Like when I did my sketch with Gordon, it was just like, oh, it's just like a nice, you know, just a happy boy. Yeah. Doesn't make sense to like to have color with it, so I'll leave that till later for the eyeball. Okay. Size of the ears are different, but you know, we could probably change that to, or make this a little smaller. Blip, 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 blip. Okay. It's not bad. It's like she's facing us. Kind of a okay. That seems better. Let's draw more often. I know. I always like, you know, my motive and whatever I do, you know, is usually like is animation, so usually thinking in that way. So usually do forget that, oh yeah, I probably shouldn't actually draw to make some of this, because like how I draw things is, you know, like how I animate is usually just moving cutouts rather than trying to make them hand drawn or having every frame be a different picture. So I'm not worried about this being perfect for right now. Again, I'm just trying to make this seem somewhat good. Make it a base pretty much, and then I can do yet another layer and then start using the line tool with probably a better color. Let's make it like a darkish red. 3 caps. Okay. So I'll draw this on different layers and do the same thing as if you saw the Gordon one, then yeah, probably do it the same way. So, so how we doing? This is just gonna be going through and finding all my lines and sort of tracing it, but like also finding places where it's just like that's not working and then fixing it up or whatever. Or finding different ways to probably draw this as I go. Or I start like drawing it one way and then go, whoops, let's draw it this way, and then go from there. And this could be one line here that has a different shape to it. Like this can bulge out. I've never known this. Huh. Works the same way. That's incredible. When I was, because I'm still working with Midnightmare, which still uses Toon Boom, the way that I'm doing it, the other software, Dot uses like all these different tools, and like the operations for drawing things is actually different than Flash. But now I'm realizing that, oh wait, they're actually more similar than I thought. So what I just did with these like points and like lines was that I using the subselection tool, and you see these little Bezier, you know what a Bezier curve is. So there's 2 of them to every line. What I was able to do was choose, basically, well, it doesn't really work with those, but you have to have like 2 things there, and then do this. To not affect the left side with this curve, but I want this one to be up more. If I just click it and move it up, you can see that no matter what I do, it'll change the left's curve. So this is your edutainment for here, is that I learned through Toon Boom, actually, and using the manuals for Toon Boom, that I never actually knew that if we hold Alt and then click a Bezier curve, no matter what I do, it only affects what I'm actually handling. And then I can change this exact Bezier to be whatever I want, and then click the other one, really tiny, clicky, to actually choose that. So I've all this year just trying to draw, like usually drawing with these kind of tools. Like I've never actually sat down and actually learned that. But actually Toon Boom taught me that. So if I hold down Alt and then click this really tiny, like 1 pixel thing there, then I'm able to do it. It's just like I've never actually learned that. Ah, boy. So when I did like some puppet making in Toon Boom with the Midnightmare today, or like this week, I actually used that. So there you go. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, totally. So yeah, some of this like kind of things, like I've actually just been holding Alt or whatever it is on your Apple thing to actually do that. Yeah. You could bring in Sylvan just for color picker, or I could just play with it and probably do that. Probably want to do that later. Probably just want to get all the bits here first. How we doing? We're doing pretty good. I could probably just make that as 1 layer just for the body, because that's probably not going to be too affected. Yeah, and then just kind of cut it off. Doesn't really matter. Probably not going to need the leg. It'll be just be... We'll just pretend that there's a leg, alright? Also in Toon Boom, like, there's actually a cutter tool that if there's like 2 lines and if I want one of these to disappear, there's a different button and completely different tool just to, like, you know, select it, and then it's like, oh, you wanted that one, this one, and then it like deletes it automatically. But with Flash, I have to manually click it and delete it, so it's not like that's a bad thing, but it's just like at certain places, I guess that'd be better. So, but yeah, weird little things like that. It's just like, oh yeah, like this thing that was made for doing vector tools. You know, Flash originally was a vector, just straight up vector tool with no animation, and then you know how Adobe like took over everything. So it's interesting. Oh, that happened. Okay. I think the ears really make it Sylveon. I think that's what it does. Go over there. Okay. Basically, she's pretty white, so it's kind of hard to like make it like slightly, maybe slightly pink kind of a color. That might actually be too much. It's hard to really show that it's not white, but also sorta another color. This one's pretty saturated, but like not too saturated, so it's still cute colored. Oh boy. Make it slightly saturated and a little lighter. That might work. I can pull the string. That's what I like to call it. I don't know if there's a real term for that, but it's just like using the lines and then deleting the outlines all in one go. So I like to call it pulling the string. You just gotta have fun when you do this. Or you just get so bored of just like trying to do... Because you basically are just trying to redraw what you have over and over in this case. And I'm always holding Alt when I do this. That's crazy. How just like in muscle memory. Muscle memory for all these years is now like, oh yeah, let me just, right now, you know, like 2 days ago, let me just go ahead and like add another keystroke that I'd never used before. I was using this tool, and like now every time that I use it, it's just like, oh, yep, I better use it now. Oh boy. What are you saying? Oh, every time I like say something weird, yeah. I don't know. It's probably just because I never like usually like talk. Usually when I work, it sounds weird, but it's just like it's pretty real that I'm not, you know, not one to talk. I'm doing this. It's gonna be tricky. That's basically the same thing. Your coats and like your different things are basically the same color. So that's fun. I guess I can make this more red then, slightly. Boop. Pull the string. Yeah, you can barely see it now. Can make it like actually white. Let's see how that works. Probably have to have like a background be a different color. That might work. Okay. It's not even, but I don't care. So I can click here and then, you know, slightly change these bubbles. Yeah, that works better. Okay. How we doing? Checking on time. Okay. So, a lot of stuff. It gets really more complicated up here. Okay. Let's see the ears. Womp, womp. Don't see the top of it, so I'm not too concerned about it being flat at the top. This needs to be. I can round this off. I don't know how entertaining this is, but I'm trying to make it as entertaining as possible for you guys. Delete. I know if like, you know, with animation it's still like, oh well, as you go it's like it's evolving. This is more like, oh, I'm just drawing the same thing 4 times and like one of them is a little prettier than the other ones. So otherwise I feel like I have less stuff to say every time. Just like, oh, it's now prettier this time. Heh. That's that color. Plus now we got the new color of this purple, more bluish color. That's pretty good. Darker. Pop. Pull the string. Have it underneath head. There we go. Okay. So now we'll do second ear. Also off screen with the top, so I'm not concerned about how this particular curve at the top here is. Might see this one, might as well just be it. Kind of curve. That's pretty good. Okay. Let's get the rest of it in. Get that color, pull a string. Okay. Put it underneath head for funzos, because we're going to put a bow on it. Another bow. I could steal the other bow from over here, just for time. Copy, paste. I can do that. Please allow me to do that. Okay. It's slightly skewed, so it's slightly different, right? That's pretty Sylviani. All right. Tentacles, and then oh yeah, something with the head. Let's get that. Let's get these little bumps. These little head bumps, just to say like, oh, I'm more cute because I have this. I don't already know what you call this. Forgot to add it. Pull string. Okay. With this scenario, let's see. probably this one. It's also really tricky to click it when you want to click it. It's just like, ah, how about no? Let's pull. It's hard to select it when it's just like, you can see like when it goes black, that's how much room I got to click it. Okay. These to be pointed up so I can grab these and then sort of get that going. Okay. Yeah, that's Sylveon. Alright. Alright. They're little tumors. I don't know. I really don't know what it is. But this one's supposed to be smaller. The bottom one is smaller and it goes down a little bit. Maybe it's supposed to be like hair, I guess. I never really studied these, you know, this intently to see what it really is supposed to be. Let's make this more like a cream red. Just make it a little bit darker. Just so we can see what's really going on underneath here. It's very, very professional to have a little cute bow. Okay. Okay. So now we gotta do the tentacles and then probably could do the face sometime, but probably put it in between. Do that last because I want to figure out the tentacles first. I'll probably just freehand it and then maybe just smooth it and then add the texture or whatever color into it afterward. Just make it go a little quicker. Because obviously with this it probably doesn't need to be exact, but just like whoop, whoop, close the gap. Because then I won't have like outlines onto it, so I'm not concerned about that. But this needs to be the same color as this. Yes. And then you go underneath. Then I can add a thing here to add a shadow, which will just be a little darker and then saturate it. I'm learning not to use just the default, like with the colors. I can get that. Where I'm not just using the hue and just moving it down. I can also put the saturation and all that in. Okay, doing good. Too many things to look at. Okay. Let's do this again. Whatever with this one. Then this one kind of goes whoop. Make it one big thing. Whoop. One big thing. Whoop. And then cut that off, and then maybe I might be able to do this action with this, that this goes down and then this connects here. If I do that and pull the string, what happens? That happens. So let's get rid of that and that and that and that and that and that and that. Not that. Not that. Yeah. Oh, I was saying earlier, I guess, with the animation, is that it's more interesting to watch with animation, I guess, is that you can see it evolving, that is like having different pictures that you're able to look at, rather than, oh wow, you're yeah, again, just drawing like one picture over and over. Or just, it's also sort of true with animation that you are just drawing one picture over and over. This is like, usually you can do multiple colors. 1, 2, 3. Okay. And then bendo. Other colors so I can see those. So this color with that, and then this color here, and then this color here, and then a new color which we've never seen before goes here. It's more not really true sky blue, but just kind of a little darker. And I connect these lines and then pull a string like that. That's pretty good. Happy with that. Goes underneath head again. Alright. During the process of animating, born and seeing the end product. I agree. Sometimes it is just more like therapeutic, like, or like it's more interesting to like think of the possibilities as you go, rather than, you know, after you're done, or like make something too final by the end of it. That's just like, oh yeah, well, now I'm stuck with this kind of a feeling. then now you're like, well, now I can't really exactly fix it as much as, you know, just deal with it if you finish it. So, yeah, maybe something with that. Yeah, problem solving is more interesting. Yeah, or just like I have so much to do. Like this is, you know, like a 5-second thing. It's like I only have this much time. It's like, how am I gonna do this? So like, you try and think of like, what's like the most time efficient way, or the most creative way, or the most crunch-ish things, or try to solve something like that. Solve those kind of problems. So maybe these are like folding inward on themselves. Might have to draw them both at the same time. Or I could draw one at a time and then see maybe where that goes there then. Yeah, I kind of find that way too. When I was making my, I feel like I'm reminiscing. When I was making those like cartoons every month or so, it was trying to figure out like, how am I really gonna take this vision that I have and try to make it into something enjoyable. Even it starts, you know, usually with the story. Always stories first. That if the story doesn't work, then usually I would actually like start to like think about and consider like, should I just scrap this? You know, that's like, if this isn't really working for me with this kind of just a story aspect, you know, usually might have like, you know, 10 different ideas, or maybe like 2 or 3, and I might just go with like one of them sort of works, and I just kind of start developing that, and if that doesn't work, then might actually just sit back again and say like, let's go back to the drawing board, you know. So even if it starts way back then yeah, before you even put any pen to paper for that, really. So I've had a lot of recent experiences, you know, like the last year stuff have been sort of like that, where I really just want to like figure out and like knuckle down to see if these stories are working. Because obviously, if I'm gonna work on this for basically a month for each of those cartoons, it's like, yeah, I want to make sure that they're good enough for like me to have fun of it for that much time as well, to put the real effort into it. Not to say like, oh, if it's a really boring story, I probably won't work on it, but it's just like, it'd be more interesting and more fun for me if it was an interesting story, you know. So that's where I'm going with that. It's really tricky to click these buttons. I want to click these anchor points, and it's just so small on here. So that's where I'm having trouble. But yeah. And then once you get to the animation phase, it's like, yeah, I'm trying to figure out like, is there a way to make this easier for me to animate? Like, do I need to make a walk cycle into a cycle and then just say, oh, character uses tweeting across the screen, rather than me trying to make it sure that every step or every frame is perfect? It's like trying to make those kind of weird, very, you know, animation specific kind of like problems with that, rather than spending the time most of the time. Because I'm literally working out in my basement, that I don't really have that luxury to, you know, do custom everything for every cartoon. That if there's a character walking, it's most likely going to be the same kind of walk cycle that has been already been animated. Just for efficiency, you know. It's just like, I really, you know, not that I don't want to, but it's just like, I really don't have the time to develop that for every character. So stuff like that happens. Whether if I wanted to or not, just like, that's usually how it's gonna go. All these weird shortcuts to make it sort of work. Otherwise, yeah, it'd be hard to work on it. Okay, let's see. I was trying to make that top. Man, I can't see. Let me make this a little darker so my spasm. Sorry, trying to make a shirt. Okay. It's because everything's white. I can't see. So it's the same thing where this is this color, and then this color is that, and then that color, and then that color, and then I can pull a string, and then pull that out. Okay, That's beginning to look a lot like Sylveon. Okay. It's probably not that dark, but probably lighten it up a little bit more. Okay. So that's one, and then we need one more. I need to bring it back to white. Okay. Ah! I had it. There we go. Forgot how small these buttons were. So this will be probably on top, but it also goes underneath, so I'll probably have to have 2 layers. Maybe it could be underneath. Probably be underneath everything. Okay. So this will be here, here, here. It's like making a swan. And then this goes up and then over and over and down. Just trying to get this pretty good. Alright. I think we're doing pretty good. I think I just said that. But I think we are doing pretty good. Okay. Let's make the heart. The other side here. I don't know why. Because I know like last time with the corner one is just like, oh, it's just like a basic pose. So I wanted to make sure that this one, or like the next ones, have like some kind of dynamic something to them. So that's where this is coming from. This is like, I want it to be a little bit more interesting of a thing. So even if it's just, you know, with Sylveon here, it's just like, oh, it's just kind of her just not really doing anything. But it's just a cute pose, so I think it kind of works with the personality. Hey, Jordan. Let's see. Trying to get it. Trying to make this round is tricky because it keeps like adding more points that I'm not expecting. Let's show it here. I only had like 1 point. 1 point between here and here, but now it added like 3 more. So I'm gonna have to like work with these now. Usually the way to solve it to make it smoother is trying to click the tiny buttons. And then trying to smooth them out. Maybe in Toon I'm used to like how they're a little bit bigger. Okay. Let's give me everything else. Get rid of that. And then, yeah, it's my sort of how I draw hearts. The way to fix that could possibly be to take these and then move it up. Get rid of that. And then everything else is locked, so I could probably take this. Nope, still lock this. Probably take these and just leave them and then take that sort of a pose. There we go. Alright. I'm feeling it now. I'm really feeling this. Okay. I'll probably just take this. Can I take... Nah, I just want to take this much out. And then this will be the bump and that'll be the other bump. So together there'll be 2 bumps. Right there and there. And they should be larger bumps than what this is, with less bops here. I'm trying to delete just that bump and move that less over than what that was. Okay. And then that blorp could be there. Larger blorps need to be happening around here. Quite right. Okay. Well, that's a spiral and a half. Alright. Let's make this stab. So, one needs to be simpler. There's a good rule, I guess. Vector tip number 357 is that you want less bumps. All these like little white dots that show up whenever I do the sub selection, you want less of that. Less the better. It seems like, oh, well, if I had more bumps, it'll have more bumpiness. But if you want it to be real smooth, don't. It really causes headaches when you're trying to, like, fix minute things and it's just like, ah, it's not smooth anymore. It's because you have too many blops. Like, you don't need many of these middle ones if one of these can just go around and then do it for you. Head home instead of all. Okay. I want to go home. I'm already home. It's fine. Here's that. Okay. So now should be getting the color lines in. Okay. So this one's this, but I could probably just take the entire layer here and just make it darker, pull the string, not everything. Pull this string and then take this whole thing, make it into a symbol, I guess, just to be able to do color brightness down 10%, down 5%. Just make sure you can sort of see it. There we go. Don't have everything quite yet. That's the generalness of it. That's pretty good. Alright. So next will be the face. left the face, not there yet. Okay, so there we go. And then we'll get in here, and we'll get the face in. Okay. How we doing? So it's stressful for me as it is for you to watch, hopefully. Whew. Well, I'm actually sweating. Oh boy. Okay. So I take this. What else do I have? Just that. Why does it seem like it's so big? Seems like I'm selecting something else. Okay. And then do the same trick that we did with Gordon, is just that we're taking these rectangular lines and then we're just pulling the points that shouldn't be there, and then making them into big points. Basically, it's taking a rectangle into a triangle shape by removing one point, or making one point into another point that decreases the amount of points, kind of a situation. Yeah, that kind of works actually as a color. I probably want to change it to be more consistent, maybe. That works well. I wasn't actually looking. I want to change it to be this color, but like probably like darker. Can't say, stop saying it like that. Okay. Okay, that'll be like our face colors. Get rid of that, and then we'll do the eyeball. Let's get a circle and then adjust it. It's gonna be simpler. It's not cheating if, you know, this whole thing is digital. It's like, it's fine. Could make this flat. Actually has a cheek or something. Bring these in. So that's a blue-ish. Light blue, probably pretty good. Let's get another circle. Make this basically white, but maybe like blue-white, so it still has. Wait, make it just real big, like a big pupil, and then make it seem like it's looking at us. So that works. Gonna tilt it down. Okay. Then the rest of the mouth, nose, basically another circle. Let's zoom out a bit more. So I can take these and flatten that. Does that work? Can't see it. Sure. Okay. And then it's probably too much. Let's make it gray. Gray's good. And then 2 lines there. And then we'll do the same triangle trick. I don't know what to call it, but I just kind of, I don't really have terms for all this. But it's just like, oh, pull the string is the only one that I really sometimes use. But yeah. What I was, excuse me, what I was trying to think of was the one where I'm trying to make this into this rectangularly square shape into a triangle shape. Hello, Princess Padra. How you feeling? Let's get these in. Making a cute little Sylveon. I'll zoom in, or zoom out in just a second so I can get the mouth in, and that'll be basically it. So, basically down to this. Let's unfill that so I can do the triangle. There we go. Very cute. That's good. That's what I'm going for. Hopefully it'll be cute. And Gordon is just like, he's friendly boy kind of a thing. Let's get color. Probably should just use my colored thing. I haven't been using this. Probably should have been using this the whole time. But here we are. Alright. Hey, legit. How you doing? Let's make this not really orange, but like still somewhat of a color. You know what I mean. Like this one because I need to like be disconnected. No, disconnected from here and here, so I can take this out. No, get rid of that. And then connect these two. So I did that wrong. There we go. That's a mouth and a half. Put it back there. Boop. And Sylveon. Yay! Alright. Kinda looks like it. Great. Alright. Now it's white on white, so I'll probably fix that up. But, yeah. There we go. Okay. What else? Okay. Very good. We're gonna continue this. Yes. I'm gonna be continuing this, I guess, for the rest of the month, I guess. To do the other 4 now? But I guess if there's still more, there's obviously more characters in the world, so I'll probably see if I can do another one of those, do another round of it. Let's take this box here. Let's add, or I can go, let's see, how do I want to do this? Is that I could go here and then add a box like this. Make it the same size, I guess. Let's see. This might not work, but just for now, let's do it this way and then make this the mask and then put everything else inside of it. Pop. And then we can clean it up later, but there we go. So now we got Sylveon inside of a box. And I can also probably use this same box I just made as... Come on. Trying to unlock it. There we go. And then duplicate it. Make it not a mask. Put it at the bottom of the stack. Put it outside. Or it could be still inside, but that's okay. And then make this some kind of background color. Let's see. Probably opposite. Maybe blue? What would be opposite of purple? Purple's pretty good. Okay. That's because I'm not sure. Why is it still black? This should be the mask. Oh, I tinted the other one because it was on top. Okay, let's take this color and put it on this one. There we go. Okay. Let's also make it probably. Where's my color? Probably darker. Darker is pretty good because everything's too white. Make it pretty good there. There we go. I probably have like coordinates, so we have also a background color would also probably work. Okay. Whew. I'm actually pretty happy with that. I mean, that's pretty much what I envisioned, so I don't know what else to expect. Oh boy. Alright. What's happening in the background? Yeah, that's probably my... Does it sound like this? Yeah. Alright, nice. Great. I will add the background thingy here. For Gordon's, I also have a background square. Nope. Make a nice, pretty purple for him. Let's stick this All square. Next time, or like in between, I'll probably right after this, I'll probably just make it better shape. But just for like right now, I need to make it weird pink red or something. I don't know. There we go. They're like little paintings. There we go. Okay, just so my face is not covering them. Okay. There we go. I actually did it on time. Yay! All right. There we go. Let's see. Orange suit? Okay. I'm that would just be simple as changing in colors. So I'll look into that. Yeah, I'll look into that. But yeah, how's the Sylveon? Yeah, it's pretty good. I see some things I probably want to change, but yeah, for right now, I think we're just gotta look good, man. I make the little heart. Yay! That's what I wanted. So that's basically what I envisioned, and there we go. It's real. Oh, great. So yeah, I'll go to closer time in a bit. Probably, I don't know, probably now. But I want you to look at it. There you go. And then I guess we'll probably just move ourselves left, I guess. Because I did these two. It's probably like go back and forth between humans and creatures. Because there's actually like a pretty even amount of both. Yeah. Human 1, 2, 3. Creature 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so probably do a human one next. Let's probably do Sora or Steve next. I think that's probably how I'll probably do it that way. Yeah, and then do another creature, probably Wally or Sweetie Belle, because that's the only other options left. And then yeah, it's probably just You saw how long it took to do Sylveon, which arguably is simple-ish, but still has a lot of details and everything's going on. So a lot of little details everywhere, every bit of it. So yeah, one of these a stream. Because I think, yeah, maybe a Wally might not take too long, but considering like how detailed he already is, might still take a while. So, but yeah. Hope you had fun with this. My hand hurts. It's gonna be okay. It's got all the blood going through it. I don't know where that came from. Okay. Yeah, I'll go to Thursday. So hope you had fun. All right. So we'll continue with this. So see you Thursday. Welcome back. Let's see if I got everything from you. There we go. Okay. Yeah. So I kind of talked about it a little bit in the middle that I'm starting to do some work with nightmares. So yeah, I'm gonna keep talking about like how if I use Flash, I'm probably gonna say like how some of these drawing tools are a little bit different. I'm actually weirdly getting used to how Toon Boom works. So yeah, it even if I'm only using it for like really 3.5-ish weeks, I feel like my muscle memory again has just already figured out that it's like, oh, you know, instead of drawing it like this or like this specific like keystroke or this specific like set of tools or specifications, is like, well, now we're just gonna learn how to use it this way now. And then I'm going back to here with Flash, and it's just like, oh, I don't know how to use this. It's really weird. Not really. I'm sure I've had this experience before, but it's like it's definitely the most recent memory of this. That's just like, oh, I don't know exactly what I'm doing now. You know, it's like it should be familiar, but it's just like weird. Like like I'm getting actually more used to how Toon Boom again, like how like the subselection tool, which I can use move the individual points and change the Bezier curves. Just like that was. I feel like I'm actually learning more. If Flash has these tools, then I'm also learning more things with Flash, as we saw today. So, yeah, prior to this, like even that's legit. Like prior to this stream, I did not know that Flash, if we hold Alt, you'd be able to adjust like one side of the Bezier curve. Wow, I've done so much work. It's just like, wow, I never noticed that. I might have done it once by accident, going, huh, that's weird, and then never thought about it again. But it's so weird. Let me drink some water. any other questions or like anything like to comment on? And I'll put you on the spot, but it's just like I don't know what else to really talk about. Otherwise, I'm pretty much done. Oh, I got the movie. I can talk about that if there's a way for you guys to catch up on the live stream of that. But yeah. Anything else? Oh, I took some more water then. Oh, forgot how to drink. Okay. Okay. I think I'm okay. Yeah. Okay, I'm good. Yeah. So the movie, I worked on it today. Let me just close myself. So there's one big major shot that's not done. So I worked on that today. I'll be okay. Yeah. There's one more shot, and I worked on that today. So it was trying to get like 6 train passengers on a train. So I had to like animate each individual one, and then it's really fun because I was able to use the Blender file that I already had. The Blender version with the 3D environment already had a camera set up and timing set up. So I was able to, I was able to use the timing to figure out like, oh, like this passenger is not seen between frame, between frame 0 and 20. They don't appear, so I don't have to animate them because it won't actually be there, kind of a thing. And say like, oh, between like 20 and 143 is like, oh, they do move, or they're on camera, so I better have to move. So as there's a tracking shot, like the ones that are seen later, they're only seen for like maybe like 1 second. So while the first one might be seen for like 4 or 5 seconds. So like stuff like that I have to figure out and like use my already set up file to figure out like how to not waste time of making sure, if that last passenger who's seen, I mean, I could have animated them for the full 6 seconds, but it'd be worthless if the camera itself is not actually seeing them. So stuff like that I did today. Okay. So yeah, legit. Other little stuff, yeah. I did some little other background stuff more. With the 3D shot, I did the, I don't know, I said the, I added the sun and some clouds. So, yeah, it's looking pretty good now. It's, like when I render it out, it's hard to now see, like there's still some things that's like sort of give it away that it's 3D, but it's like on the whole, if you're not really looking at those parts, then it's just like, oh yeah, it should hopefully look seamless. That's what I'm hoping for. If it needs more time or needs to do like more, if I need to figure out more techniques with Blender to make it look better, then I'll definitely look into that if it's not quite up to there. But I think it's virtually like 90% looks like a Flash, or like looks like a 2D picture. So I'm really happy with that. I'll just have to see it in full motion, because usually when I try to play it in I was gonna say like it doesn't play in real time, because there's too many. I think like the image textures of like the PNG sequences that I put in for the characters and some props, they take up a lot of memory. So like trying to play it on my computer doesn't render it all in real time. So yeah, so that's the only like sort of disadvantage. I can't really see it unless I put it in wireframe or solid mode. So yeah, that's it's getting there. If anything, yeah. I'm sure there's little small continuity errors that I probably didn't see, so I'm trying to look through that as well to see if there did it hiccup a little bit. Trying to see if there's any continuity errors. I guess between like every shot, basically. It doesn't matter if it's 2D or 3D. They're supposed to be like in the same space and time. So I'm trying to make sure that they all seem like they really are like the same environment. So that's really fun. So I'm starting to also think a little bit ahead to like think of like my next part 3. Trying to think of stuff like that, where how much do I want to change to 3D, and it's trying to see like the actual logistics of it as well. If it's unfortunately if there's too many characters, and probably be too memory heavy. So I'm trying to now think of with these things I'm learning in mind now, trying to think of that to see. Yeah, that maybe I shouldn't have shots that have more than 10 characters in it. Um, if I'm not able to play it correctly or see everything that I need to. So, so it's supposed to look like that. It's just like super nerdy, just like things I have to be aware of. So that's kind of the puzzle's helping with that. To trying to see like what the process of it is, just trying to see like, yes, these things that I'm learning now, or like trying to think of that I wouldn't problems that I wouldn't expect to become problems are now becoming problems. At least I'm becoming aware of them now to see like, oh yeah, this having too many characters might become a problem, in some sense. I'm sure it'll be fine, but it might take, oh no, more than 1 second to render a frame. But if it become like too big or having multiple scenes, and that'll add up no matter what. So small weird stuff like that. This is like, what even am I talking about right now? Kind of stuff is coming up. So hopefully it should be good. Hope to have it. I think, unfortunately, I think the earliest I could probably get this out will probably be May, just because I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure of what kind of music I'll put into there, as well as other stuff that I'm working with as well with the Midnight Mirrors, because that's when I work on it each day. Then they take pretty much a whole day, because it's basically like half learning stuff and then spending a couple hours doing it, and then cataloging that as work. So, yeah, so stuff like that. Yeah, so yeah. I'm sorry to just like how long it's been taking since like the first episode or the first part. You know how long it's been taking. But that means it's gonna be good. You know, it's gonna be better than, especially my first draft. Oh my jeez, my first draft of how I made. If I was, if I planned to like release this, like 2 years ago when I was actually working on it more, my first draft of how I was making the 3D sets was very not good. It's gonna take time, yeah, no matter what. I mean, it's already taken like 3 months already. How long has it been? I think I published in like February. When was the first part? It's definitely been several months. So, I mean, I tried to do it like every month, or like at least 1 to 2 months, and now it's been like 3-ish months. So, but a lot of stuff has been, I guess, my other side projects that are actually like more contract work, have actually become more priority. So yeah. I mean, it could have come out somewhat sooner, but I think, yeah, spending more time with it, at least having more time to think about it, has been beneficial. To like be able to step back and work on another thing and go back to it and say like, oh, well, this doesn't work. Kind of an issue of like, well, this doesn't work. Let me see if I can fix it. Or how would I do it now? Or I'm trying to think of ways to go about it differently. Like I said, like my first draft of how I did the 3D sets were like in After Effects, which it could have worked, but the 3D modeling tools and like the lighting were not up to what I wanted. The 3D modeling was just using 2D pictures and then trying to arrange them in a way, and I was like, oh, I can make cubes. Great. It's like, well, like sort of almost works with what I want with the aesthetics of the Paper Mario, where everything's the characters are flat, which works, and then the backgrounds are 3D. But if I wanted more like rounded things, that would take either a lot of pictures to like make a polygon shape. It's basically just using planes as polygons, which was gonna take forever. So I'm glad I'm using an actual 3D software, and I'm very glad I'm able to import my 2D sequences and then place them directly into the 3D set without having to sacrifice basically anything now. It's pretty good. Except for, I guess, memories, sort of. But I got enough memory in my computer to be able to really handle it. But it just seems like it might be an issue probably going forward if sets will become more complicated. And I know. So, probably have to figure out like how to make the textures probably smaller. But at that sacrifice, it's just, I don't know. Which also sort of works with the aesthetics of like what I'm trying to go with, like Wii or GameCube type aesthetics where they're like 480p. So it's like, they could be a little, they could be literally rough around the edges kind of a thing. So stuff like that. Which never you mind. None of this, really pertains to any of you. Except for me to try to figure this out, which again is that puzzle solving, to try to figure this out of like how really is this, all these little things that are like they build off each other, so it's like stuff like that. But anyway, I think that's about it for that. Otherwise, it's gonna get more esoteric and probably turn off every one of you. So yeah, wrap up that. Yeah, thank you guys for watching. We'll continue with this with the 6 fan art thing. We'll do that on Thursday, same time. Check out the playlist for more live streams or past live streams. Obviously, it probably won't be as good as this one, but some of them are pretty fun. If you want to look for those Yoshiisms, I think that'd be fun. look through those and find any quotes that are just weird things that I say. Because I apparently do that a lot. I think back then I was trying to make it. I'd probably try to be more enunciate and say things correctly, but now it's just like I'm just playing with the sparkles and they're just saying nonsense now. So probably some newer ones would have that. But maybe some older ones were just like I said something weird or wrong and I would just look at the camera and go whoops. But yeah, this has been fun, really happy. So yeah, very grateful for you guys. Thank you, all of you. Thank you for joining. So yeah, next time we'll continue. All right. See you next time. Bye bye.